The morning atmosphere on the set of The View was electric. Word had spread fast that Johnny Depp, elusive and rarely seen in such public forums anymore, would be making a rare live appearance. It was his first on a daytime talk show since the high-profile legal battles that had kept him a mainstay of headlines for years. His new independent film, an introspective art house project that had premiered at Cannes, was gaining critical buzz, and fans were eager to see him speak openly. Dressed in his signature bohemian style, Depp entered the studio with an understated charm. His hair was loosely tied back, his dark blazer hung over a layered mix of scarves and necklaces, and his hands were wrapped in silver rings. As he greeted the hosts and waved to the audience, a subtle smile played on his lips, but there was tension behind his eyes, visible to anyone paying close attention. Whoopi Goldberg opened the interview with warmth and a sense of admiration. "Johnny, it's been quite a journey for you these past few years. Tell us, what drew you back into the spotlight with this film?" Depp leaned forward, visibly more comfortable addressing Whoopi. "This one wasn't about the spotlight," he said. "It was about healing. The script came to me at a time when I needed to remember why I fell in love with storytelling in the first place. There were no studios, no handlers, just art, honesty, and quiet." The audience clapped supportively. Sonny Hostin chimed in next, asking about the emotional depth of the character he portrayed, and Depp responded with candor, speaking about finding redemption through creation and how deeply personal the project had been. For a while, the conversation struck a surprisingly intimate tone, with Depp opening up about isolation, resilience, and the quiet pain of public judgment. But then, Joy Behar shifted gears. She glanced at her notes, then looked squarely at Depp. "Johnny, you talk about art and healing, but some people still question your return to Hollywood. They say this whole thing feels like a carefully packaged redemption arc, more PR than truth. What would you say to them?" The room grew noticeably quiet. Even the audience, up until that point animated and warm, sat in silence. Depp blinked, visibly tightening his jaw. "Well, I'd say I'm not interested in redemption arcs, Joy. I'm interested in truth. And truth doesn't come in a package." Joy, unfazed, continued, "But you've had your name in the headlines for a long time. Lawsuits, accusations, trials, fan wars. Some would argue that coming on this show, making this film, it's part of a bigger strategy to reshape public perception. Doesn't it feel a little choreographed?" Depp's demeanor shifted further. His usual calm, collected presence cracked just slightly. He glanced around the table, then fixed his gaze back on Joy. "You see, that's the problem," he said slowly, deliberately. "People assume everything must be a strategy. That there's some grand campaign behind breathing again. I didn't come on this show to be psychoanalyzed or accused of manipulation. I came to talk about a film I put my heart into." Joy raised an eyebrow. "Then maybe you should also be prepared for people to question the narrative you're presenting." Depp chuckled. A low, incredulous sound that wasn't amusement. "Narrative. Joy, my life's been picked apart, twisted, chewed up, and spit out by the media for years. You're not revealing some hidden angle. You're just adding to the noise." The room grew heavy with tension. The other host sat still, unsure whether to intervene or let it play out. Whoopi gently interjected, "Johnny, it's okay if this feels heavy. We can shift topics." But Depp had already started removing his microphone. "No, it's fine. I get it. You invite me here and then try to trap me with the same tired lines." He stood up, his face a mixture of disappointment and disbelief. "I came here in good faith. I won't be part of this circus." Gasps rippled through the audience as he turned and walked off the set. A stagehand rushed forward, but Depp didn't look back. Just like that, the segment was over. The camera panned to the hosts, stunned and scrambling. Joy leaned back in her seat, adjusting her glasses. "Well, that was dramatic." The producers cut to a commercial break, but the damage had already been done. Johnny Depp had stormed off The View, and the internet was already exploding. What was meant to be a reflective appearance had become one of the most talked about clashes in daytime TV history.